Welcome race fans here, it is Kentucky time here at Kentucky as James Richardson on the pole leads the field down to the green over Alex Benyako, and a fantastic launch from the Ford Mustang there as he has accelerated away from car number 8. Richardson to the lead there, Yako up to second with Aiden Shepard in that third spot there, car number 60 looking to try and find some momentum for the Rodriguez racing trio. In turn number 2, you see cars already fanning out to 3 wide. Jack Porkins looking on the inside of Matt DeLeo. On lap 1 of the event there, James Richardson will lead lap number 1 of the race there. Fantastic start for car number 17. Matt DeLeo already getting shuffled out of line by Yako there. Arndt on the inside and Juckum trying to do the same. They were 4 wide for a moment there, and you see Juckum using that apron to his advantage there to see if he could get a run underneath that 2 car. But looks like Matt DeLeo has the advantage in the middle of the corner there, and the car number 2 holds his ground there. And you notice another driver making his way upwards to the pack here is Jake West in the number 4. West started 39th in the field from what I recollect, and he has climbed his way upwards through the field slowly but surely. We'll see where he ends up after he passes Vance Caldwell, but he's gotten himself all the way up already here to the, looks like, the 22nd position on the 4th lap of the event here. West is certainly on a mission right now, and with him being in the points lead, he certainly has to be aggressive here in this race if he wants to really maintain that gap. While we were focusing on Jake West, there was a battle for the lead between the Turner teammates of TJ Martin and James Richardson. Richardson easily let the 71 go there, and TJ Martin is now in the advantage here at Kentucky there. Jack Porkins made himself upwards in the 3rd spot there, but Jonathan Zorlin, making his return to the Hardee's National Series, has made himself into the 4th spot there. Porkins holds his ground, but right now it's a Turner performance 1-2. Here comes John Arndt underneath James Richardson for the 4th position there. Richardson up high, Arndt down low. Great exit off of turn 4 from that 88 there as he dives into turn number 1 there. Richardson way up into the marbles there. He couldn't get as much grip off of turn 2 there, and there you see Corey Williams in the 14, but look who's come into the picture. Jake West, like I said, has made his way upwards into the top 10. Richardson holds his ground, but John Arndt's going to have the run off the corner yet again, and here he comes down the inside underneath the 17, once again in the same area, but Corey Williams is there to help the 88 there. Remember, they are affiliates, so they're going to try and work together a bit here in order for their cars to run really well. Williams giving him a shot there. Looks like Eric DeMax in the 16 is going to try and help out, and Williams is going to try and thread the needle and make it 3 wide underneath John Arndt there. But Arndt has the advantage as Richardson continues to drop back here. Looks like that car's struggling a bit in terms of handling, as there you see Marchese and Jake West are going to navigate their way around that 17 there, and it looks like it has knocked Richardson outside that top 10, or just almost out that top 10. Corey Williams now challenging John Arndt for the 4th position there. Eric DeMax running in that 6th spot, waiting to see what these two can do to battle it out. But look who's coming into the picture yet again. Like I mentioned, Jake West, the points leader, coming in, diving it underneath the bottom, and certainly trying to take those spots away from both John Arndt and Eric DeMax. An impressive overtake from that number 4 car. Looks like he might have saved his tires quite a lot there, but Jake West, he started 39th in the grid there, and has made his way upward to the top 5, and that is certainly a championship run that a lot of owners are wanting to see, as he will be going to see him racing in the Cup side next year. But this certainly showcases the future that Jake West has in store for a lot of the Sony Cup drivers here, and even the fans alike, as now Corey Williams now getting challenged by John Arndt, but Jake West has been marching through the field and slicing them like butter. Here we go, a battle for second between Jonathan Zorlin and Jack Porkins. Porkins on the outside, Zorlin on the inside. Had a really good run to turn 2, car number 5 had. And the number 5 goes to the inside there, Jonathan Zorlin. Back to P2 there, but Jake West sees this as an opportunity to now pounce on Jack Porkins here. He's got a monster run on the front stretch, and he's got his nose underneath the 95 into turn 1. What will Jake West do? He will dive it in deep. Has a really good traction off of turn 2, and Jake West is going to take 3rd with ease there. But man, that 4 car is flying out there, but TJ Martin is still holding on to that lead, trying to get the most laps led in this race so he can get a bit of an advantage over Jake West. But now that 4 car looking for second on the track there, and Jake West, I can't stop talking about him. He has just been flying through that field right now. We've seen drives like this before, and Jake West certainly showcasing how strong of a race car he has under that hood of that Boost Mobile machine. Jake West has now caught TJ Martin. That Chevrolet Camaro for Curtis Racing has been on fire here, and he's got his nose underneath TJ Martin. He looks to the bottom, and to the inside goes Jake West, and to the race lead goes car number 4, Jake West. Now to the point here, and he's going to certainly try and run away from that 71 here. Both of them running first and second in the point standings respectively here. And this is a good opportunity for Jake West to gain some points in terms of extending his points lead here in the series. Eric DeMax was having a stellar run today in the 16, but the car disintegrated basically, and DeMax had to bring the car down pit lane. And with the recent news of DeMax getting kicked out of Mace basically, and coming down to Rodriguez Racing, this is certainly not a good eye-opener for this 16 team, but they were certainly running really well today. And hopefully they don't really get too far down on themselves for that effort. It's just nothing they could have controlled. And here comes TJ Martin to kick off green flag pit stops here. Jack Porkins and John Arndt are going to follow on suit here, as well as Zorn and a lot of other contenders here. So they're certainly trying to undercut that 4 car here. It looks like Corey Williams and Jake West both stayed out, as well as a couple of the other ones. In terms of the lead lap cars, as you see Martin down pit lane taking some tires here. Jack Porkins also coming down pit lane. That 95 car has been fast all race long, but looking, and there's another car going way off into the grass there, and that was Robert Harrison in the 74. And as his reputation stands, I don't think that's really going to be another good impression for a lot of the owners in the series for next year, because he is currently a free agent or after 2018. As there you see Porkins actually does beat TJ Martin out of pit lane there. A great stop from the CM Racing crew here, and the 95 team really executed that time around. Here's Jake West coming out of pit lane. Watch Jack Porkins in the Rockstar machine. West comes out right in front of that 95 there, but does Jack Porkins have those tires cooled down enough to get around that 4 car? As West is getting held up by John Bunnell, much to his displeasure. But here comes Jack Porkins with a huge run of speed in the front stretch there. Using the apron there, West puts the block on the 95 there. And looks like West holds onto that lead for now. But Jack Porkins has now put himself into the picture for this race win here. As there you see TJ Martin lurking in that 3rd spot there. Corey Williams fourth, but here comes Jack Porkins down the inside, going 3 wide with the lap car on the inside, and he's gonna easily overcome that 4 car, and Jack Porkins is now your new leader here at Kentucky. One of the few gainers in that stop was Will Lewis in that 92. He currently runs in that 5th spot, not too far behind Corey Williams, but you see Jonathan Zorlin in that Procore machine certainly making his way upwards, trying to get a top 5 run or the Mace Enterprise team here. And Jonathan Zorlin doing an impressive showing back to the series here. You have to give him some credit here. It's been quite a few races since he's last stepped in. As there you see Will Lewis now trying to gain on Corey Williams, but that 92 car has been spectacular today here. They've been kind of quiet and a bit under the radar, but it's not necessarily a bad thing, because now Will Lewis has caught the attention of a lot of Chevy teams and some of the Ford teams here. In terms of where he's running right now, Will Lewis working through this field right now. Looking near the battle for 11th here, Hannah Allen and Sean Angel haven't really had the weekends they really expected, because normally you'd see them running inside that top 5 most of the time, at the high top 10s, but they've been kind of struggling for speed all weekend there. Hannah Allen trying to hold her ground on the outside there. Blaze McKinney running in that 13th spot, and Aiden Shepard's kind of struggled with his race car as well. He's running a bit in the top 15, running like, I believe that should be the 14th spot now, because he just passed Alexander Rowe and Nick Salmon. James Shelley not running too badly though, kind of a solid run for that 40 car. And Yakko has struggled since the start of the green flag here. Looks like their pit stop was not as good as they anticipated, and the adjustments haven't really stuck out for that Reese's Chevrolet. Jake West has closed in on Jack Porkins there as they come towards lap traffic even more. Porkins really messed it up in turn 3, but West had the bottom there, but couldn't get it off of turn 4 there. And Jack Porkins holds his line, blocks West on the apron there, and he's going to try and navigate around Jack Halleck there. And he does, and gives him a signal saying thank you so much for being gracious to me. But West is now going to have to find another way to get around Jack Porkins yet again. Looks like his patience is running out. Robert Harrison and Patrick Smith have been holding up Jack Porkins and Jake West for quite a while there. And Porkins drives it in through the middle groove there. West goes even further down the track to find some grip. And off of turn 4, West has the run off of turn 4. And down the front stretch they go. They are side by side. CM versus Curtis Racing. As both of them round turn number 1, Porkins up top, West down at the bottom. They are still side by side, door to door off of turn 2. West not able to get the run off the corner, but he might have the advantage into turn 3. West drives it in really deep, shoving Porkins up the hill. And Jake West to the point here for the lead, and there was a good battle. We couldn't really, we'll have to look at that here for the third spot there. As Jake West now continues to lead here. Looks like he's going to try and complete more laps and lead more laps here again here, as he has shown a good amount of muscle here at Kentucky. While the leaders were duking it out earlier in that clip, this was the battle for third between TJ Martin, Corey Williams, and Marchese there. And Corey Williams used Martin as a pick there, or used actually Daniel Olson as a pick there, but Marchese followed with Corey Williams and went further down the racetrack, similar to what West did on Porkins, and was able to really capitalize on that opportunity. And Marchese went up to third as a result. Spectacular racing here at Kentucky between the top 10 overall. Ever since TJ Martin got passed by Marchese and Williams, he has really fallen back on the grid here, as he is stuck up high with Will Lewis there. And here comes Emmett Juckum down to the inside. And Martin got into the back of Lewis down off of turn 4, but great car control from the Smithfield Dodge there. But man, TJ Martin looks like that car is really fading in the long run here. Might have used his tires up too quickly here. But TJ Martin's going to have to hope for maybe a miracle if he wants to gain back some points here on Jake West. John Arndt has gradually climbed his way through the field as well, and now he is looking underneath Corey Williams. Williams had an awful turn 3 and 4 there. And John Arndt's going to take opportunity of this there, and that's going to put John Arndt up to that 4th spot here. If he can clear that 14 there off of turn 2, he's got Robert Harrison up high here. So John Arndt, who's never really had the best chemistry with lap cars, might be able to use Harrison as a pick there, and Harrison not really cooperating too well, but aren't able to successfully get around the 14 and the 74 there. But John Arndt is now up to the 4th position here, as he's going to try and run down Anthony Marchese. Will Lewis and Emmett Juckum have been going at it here, but here they come into turn 3 around Chris Louviere. Lewis gets turned into the wall there by Juckum, and all 3 of those cars go careening into the outside wall. And they're all trying to get themselves slowed down. The yellow flag is out. Eric Monaco getting turned in the back there, and he gets hit by, looks like, Rob Evans. There, I think he might have gotten turned by Kyle Bachelia, but the field trying to get themselves across the line here in one piece. The field just checking up all over, and Bachelia gets turned into the outside wall, and he goes flipping over and lands on his wheels. What a bizarre wreck there for Kyle Bachelia, and he is going to be knocked out of the race just like that. And that was our first caution of the race here. We had a very long green flag run coming in, and it looks like it's going to come to a grinding halt. And it looked like Juckum just turned down into Will Lewis, and both cars went sliding up into the wall. Hard impact for all 3 of them there. Thank goodness for the safer barrier, but I think Juckum miscalculated there because of the lap car in the way. And then everybody trying to scatter themselves around. I think there was something with Eric Monaco here. And it looks like, oh, he turned him. They were checking up, and Monaco got turned, and into Rob Evans, you see, just clipping him. Looks like Carter McDowell was hit the back end of that 86 there, but they were all trying to check up and race back to the line here. And I believe it looks like the 81 of Shiva Stallers actually hooked the 86 into the outside wall, and a wild flip for Kaya Bachelia, and it looks like that wall might have found some grip there all of a sudden, but it grabbed that 86 there and flung him around there for a brief moment. But Kyle Bachelia knocked out of the race just like that. That is a really tough break for Kyle Bachelia there. He also had to start deep in the field. Here we go, the race off of pit road there. West did not have a good stop there, and James Richardson holds up the 4 there. And that's going to really help TJ Martin just a bit there. But Jake West is certainly not going to be happy on the radio for that 17 holding him up. He was kind of forced in that transfer lane, so that certainly was not what Jake West really wanted to see. And that could have been costly for that 4 car. It's crunch time here. This could be the final restart to determine the winner of the race. Porkins with a great launch, but lap cars are the way. Wong in front of that 95, but look who goes to the bottom. Anthony Marchesi in that 66 there, and Marchesi, the Italian, has now taken the lead away from Jack Porkins there. There you see James Richardson and TJ Martin. They're putting themselves in the picture there. They shove Harrison up high, and through the inside goes the Affleck and the JBL machine of Richardson and Martin. The Turner Performance cars are trying to put themselves into a good presence here. Aren't on the apron there, certainly trying to find some track position as well, as Marchesi with the advantage here on lap number 60, but James Richardson with a huge run in turn 2. He's got some momentum off the corner there. A grand exit from car number 17, and in turn number 3, it's all about that apex into that 3rd corner, and James Richardson swaps it away from Anthony Marchesi there. TJ Martin the 3rd, Jake West down to 4th there, as Jack Porkins, the race leader on that restart, has dropped down to the 5th position there, the 6th position, excuse me, as the top 3 are still going at it there. TJ Martin up high, Jake West down at the bottom with his teammate following on tow. And Jake West has the run into turn number 3. He's got his nose underneath the 71, and he's going to take the 3rd spot away. John Art's going to press the issue. He's going to make it 3 wide out of turn 4 on his teammate and Corey Williams. Martin trying to block both lanes of the track, not able to, and Jack Porkins now has his nose in the middle of the corner there. And through the middle goes Jack Porkins, squeezing them out like a bullet. And he is going to be able to take that 4th spot away. Arndt still in 3rd, but now Anthony Marchesi now trying to get a run underneath. Richardson washed up the hill just a bit there, and Marchesi's going to have his bumper right on the rear bumper of James Richardson there. It's 2 Fords versus a Chevy there. This could be a 3-car race to decide it all. Hannah Allen has made her way up through the picture there. Where did she come from? She was running near the mid-pack throughout most of the race, but has made herself present. But Jake West now looking on the inside of Anthony Marchesi. Marchesi shoved up the hill. Here comes Jake West to the bottom. And car number 4 to P2 on the grid there. And now Jake West is on a mission to chase down Richardson there in that 17. And West has a run in turn 2 there. Look at the amount of momentum he has on that 17. He's got his nose on the inside. He's going to be certainly looking for the bottom of the track there. West now on the bottom. He's looking and gone. Jake West has now taken it away from James Richardson there. A power pass on that 17 there. Marchesi's going to slither his way back up to that runner-up spot there. And James Richardson is going to swap back in line to the 3rd spot there. But Jack Porkins now in 4th there. Aren't in 5th. The CM trio looks like they're doing good besides Ben Yako. But now James Richardson is going to try and attack that 66 car yet again. He certainly wants to win this. He feels like he has a better car than that 66 car. But Hannah Allen looks like the adjustments made for that 0 car for this short stint have really paid off here from the pit crew there. So wise strategy call from the crew chief of that 0 certainly has done them wonders here. 2 laps to go here in the race. Jake West pulling away from Richardson and Marchesi. Jack Porkins certainly loving to see what's happening in front of him. West loving to see what's happening behind him. Porkins now looking for 3rd. Marchesi shoved up out of line. And Porkins will take that 3rd spot away. Hannah Allen now reeling in Marchesi there. As the white flag is out, Will Lewis and Nick Salmon are going to be short on gas here. And the white flag, like I said, is out. 1 more lap to go here at Kentucky. Jake West has been on a hot streak this season in terms of race wins. He has certainly been one to beat so far. From what I remember, he currently leads this championship here, but the momentum has been as strong as ever. Confidence gone up for this Ford team there, and Jake West is going to win at Kentucky in a wild shootout here to the finish. What a job done for the Boost Mobile gang here. they have certainly found their worth here, and they were one of the dominant cars here of the day. Same thing with Jack Porkins there. He ended up just short with the 3rd spot. Richardson was mid-pack, and they really found the adjustments at the end. Good strategy call from them to really adjust that car at the end of this run. Marquez was really strong all day. A well-deserved 4th there. Hannah Allen 5th there. She was nowhere in that race either. How about John Art and Sean Angel there? Sean Angel especially there. Similar to Hannah Allen, they were kind of in the mid-pack throughout most of this race. Will end up in 7th there. Art with the 6th place run. Williams 8th. Zorlin with a good comeback here, 9th. And Blaze McKinney. Great run for that number 12 car. We'll round out in 10th here. Blaze McKinney certainly wanting to find some good momentum here, or the Fisher Motorsports team, and certainly I think their mission is to go for a race win here, but they've been close so many times and been off, and that 10th place run is certainly a good sign that they're slowly gaining back some momentum. But congratulations to Jake West on the race win here. A dominant performance by him, as well as Jack Porkins and TJ Martin. We have to note those two out as well. They were pretty much the class of the field throughout the end, but it was Jake West who prevailed at the end of this one.